Welcome to Live and Local Anoka. We are here at the mill site today in downtown Anoka, and we have our guest here with us. You're going to tell us a little bit about the history and what kind of events you do here, and just what a thrill it is to have this kind of an activity event center in our little hometown Anoka. So Emily, take me through some of the history of the mill site and how you enhanced this building to host events here.
Sure. This building was built back in 1907. And that summer began the construction of what would be the new printing office in town. So this was the printery, they called it, and the Anoka Union newspaper was printed here for nearly 50 years. After it ran as the printery, it turned into office and warehouse space. Many businesses have been run out of this location. And my husband and I purchased this property in 2019. We took nearly a year to gut it, bring it back to the original brick. We exposed a lot of that beautiful brick, the original ceiling, and had the vision to turn it into an event space. And then we opened in 2020 for weddings and events.
It's a beautiful location. I've been to a number of events here, and it's just beautiful, the setting outside. Talk a little bit about the outside of this venue.
It is a really special location. As many people know, Anoka sits on two rivers, and we are lucky enough to have the Rum River in our backyard. So along the back of the property, we have a lawn space. We host a lot of wedding ceremonies there and receptions. And we're just a couple blocks from downtown. So we're close to the activity, but just a little further walk down the road.
Yeah, well, and it's beautiful all seasons here. This is a unique venue. What types of events do you do here? You mentioned weddings and some other things.
Yeah, weddings and receptions are our main types of events that fill most Saturdays of the year. We also host a lot of corporate events. We've had some beautiful galas and nonprofit fundraisers here. We're coming up to the holiday season. We have some corporate holiday events coming up. We've hosted beautiful celebrations of life. We host high school sports banquets, so hosting a lot of the local high schools. We have done some small proms here. We have done graduation parties, and we even have the Anoka Royalty Ambassador Program that we host a couple of events for them every October.
Yes, I was actually here for the Past Ambassadors Luncheon. We had a lovely time. Thank you for hosting.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you have any new plans for the future of your business here?
Well, we do see ourselves in Anoka for many years to come, hosting weddings and events and many of life's events. We love to have the community come in. We're looking to get the general public in our doors to be able to enjoy this historic venue. And so who knows what the future will bring.
Yep, always be open to new ideas.
Oh, that's right.
Tell us about the Winter Delights Artesian Market.
That is a great community event where the general public gets to check us out. That is the first Friday and Saturday of December. We partner with the city of Anoka for this event, and it runs 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have about 20 different artisans here, so everything is homemade, handcrafted. It's a beautiful event to come and do some of your holiday Christmas shopping. And we also coincide with the annual tree lighting that is on Saturdays. So come to Anoka, spend some time shopping here, go and enjoy the city, and you can see the tree lighting as well.
Excellent. It's a busy day in town.
Yes, it is.
And how do people find you? So if they're wandering around downtown, they come down, is it 2nd Avenue?
That's right. We're on the corner of 2nd and Harrison. There's a 90-degree turn right there. We're next to the police station. And the historic landmark of the Anoka Independent Grain and Feed is right there as well. So you can find us right just north of the dam.
Yep, and if you've gone too far, if you get to the silos.
That's right, that's right, that's right. You can also find us online. So we are at themillsiteanoka.com.
Great. And they can just make an inquiry there, and you will let them know your calendar and your pricing chart?
That's right. Our calendar and pricing for our wedding events is posted, so you can see, get more information about us there. But an inquiry is the best for any other type of events.
Yeah, I imagine that you and your staff really take care of people and do a lot of white glove treatment.
We certainly try to. We are a small family-owned and operated business. But we take a lot of pride and care that you do feel personally cared for here.
Wonderful. Well, it's great to have you in the community. Anything else you'd like to add?
We really love being a part of this community. My husband and I both went to Anoka High School and feel really privileged that we also get to spend so much time here with this business.
Great. Well, thank you for sitting down and joining us, and of course, letting us be here with our Live and Local today.
Thank you so much.
Great. Now we're going to tune into a package of 10K Brewing.
Every day, someone you know might be struggling, and often, all it takes is a conversation to make a difference. That's what the Live In Foundation is all about. Connecting people, breaking stigma, and building a community where it's okay to talk about mental health.
The Live In Foundation is really it's a nonprofit, mostly volunteer run. We're really a mental health advocacy organization that is trying to start conversations about mental health and mental illness in order to prevent suicide. So suicide prevention is our main goal, but I think a lot of times we're also just encouraging people to open up about mental wellness and be more comfortable with that conversation and inspire them to get out and live, like take advantage of the breath that we were given today.
With roots now firmly planted in Anoka, Live In is growing stronger and reaching more families, schools, and workplaces than ever before.
The city of Anoka has always really treated us with and just welcomed us with open arms. We've got so many partnerships with organizations in town. Really couldn't be happier with the way that Anoka has embraced the Live In Foundation, Live In movement, and we're really proud to be in here in Anoka.
From music and community events to retreats, technology and education, Live In meets people where they are. The goal is simple: bring hope, connection, and practical tools to anyone facing a mental health challenge.
Most people know Live In because of the Live In Music Festival, which happens in Elk River every year at Elk River ERX Motor Park. It's a gathering of people that have been affected in some cases by mental illness. Maybe they've lost somebody, maybe they struggle themselves. And I feel like it's just a gathering of all things Live In. The Dove release that we do for families and individuals that have lost a loved one is really, really powerful and inspirational at Live In Music Festival, so that's a big deal.
Live In was born out of pain and purpose. In 2013, founder PT lost his father to suicide. What started as a simple idea to talk about how his dad lived has grown into a movement of connection, awareness, and hope.
For me, Live In is such a unique universe of an emotional journey because obviously I'm just someone who, started talking about living, started wanting to honor my dad for how he lived rather than how he died, and here we are, 10 years later trying to do that on a daily basis. So I'm really truly an example of where, I'm not just the hair club president, I'm also a client. I think the push to affect more people positively is a little bit of a catch-22 because I think sometimes we live in a world where, how many people did you reach today? How many impressions? How many millions of this? How many thousands of this? How many hits? How many clicks? How many views, right? But I think in a lot of times with mental health and with mental illness, like the number that matters is one, okay? And that's you, or that's this other person. And if we can find one person every single day that we've had a positive effect on, that person being alive today connects to so many other people, the ripple effect with every individual person that is saved or that does not end up completing a suicide attempt, the ripple effect is huge. And so if we focus on one person, if we can help one person today, that's a success.
It's an important and heavy topic, but it starts with an open conversation because hope is possible. If you've lost someone to suicide or if you're struggling, you are not alone. Join the Live In movement. Start the conversation, volunteer, or simply reach out and show the world that today is a great day to be living.
I think if someone's going through a tough time right now and you're listening to my voice or what have you, I would say that like somebody cares about you, whether you think so or not, whether you believe that or not, somebody cares about you, and there is hope. I mean, tomorrow can be a beautiful day. Even if today isn't, tomorrow can be. And I think it's really important for people to remember and always keep a level of hope that things can get better, and they will.
Hi, Anoka. I'm Bjorn Skogquist. Welcome back to Live and Local. I'm here with Councilmember Sam Scott. Sam, welcome. Thanks for joining us on your busy day today.
Thank you very much, Bjorn.
Yeah, well, so tell us a little bit about the North Star Rail. It sounds like there's a lot of flap at the state. That's closing down. What does that look like for the city? What is the latest information that you've got on that?
Well, appreciate that. It's been a topic of discussion for quite a while here at the city. The city put in a lot of time and effort to making sure that this try to be as successful as we can from our city perspective. Unfortunately, it will be shutting down. The latest from what we have as a city, for everyone who's watching, we're going to transition from a commuter rail to the expanded bus service in the North Star corridor starting in January of next year, 2026. You can expect the last day of North Star commuter rail service to be the weekend of January 3rd and 4th. I believe that's the last Vikings game weekend next year. And so starting on Monday, January 5th, you're going to find more frequent and flexible bus service will begin along that same corridor between downtown Minneapolis and the Ramsey Station area. So what you'll find is there'll be a new route called 888, serving Ramsey, Anoka, and Coon Rapids.
Okay.
And it'll have direct to downtown service with no transfer. So that'll be nice for our commuters heading right downtown. There'll be all-day express service downtown, which wasn't really possible with the commuter rail before because of sharing lanes with BNSF. It didn't really allow for the North Star commuter rail to have as frequent of service as I think a lot of people who use the service
Gotcha.
would have liked to have had. And you'll find it happening every 30 minutes during rush hour. And the express bus fare would be lower than the commuter rail. So you'll find during rush hour, the fares are $3.25 per ride.
Okay.
Midday, $2.50. But you can find more details at metrotransit.org/Northstar to find any more information about the bus service that's going to be taking over the train service.
Gotcha. And then will that be leaving from the station as it is, or will there be additional stops throughout the city that pick that 888 bus up?
So the 888 will only be available at that current station that we have for North Star Rail as well.
All right. City have any other plans or any talks, or it's too dicey to get into here?
Right now,
on
it's a
Live and
little
Local?
dicey to get into. We are in conversations with BNSF and Metro Transit to figure out what we might be doing going forward with that site. However, it will, like I said, it will be transitioning into bus service soon enough.
Fair enough. All right. A lot going on. There always is in Anoka. If we transition just outside the window here, you've got a project to renovate and make some improvements to the dam. Do you want to tell us a little bit about some of the plans, some of the designs that might be happening down there on the river?
Absolutely. Yeah, this has been in the works for a while. The city's been jockeying to try to modernize the dam. The dam has been around for quite a few decades. Lately, we have these flashboards that we use to create the upper pool area that have been starting to fail over the years. And so we're looking at ways to, once again, modernize and then bring current amenities to the area outside of just the replacement of the flashboards and the dam. So what you think, some of the things you might see when we talk about this as a city going forward is, first, automated crest gates. This will allow our staff to, instead of placing those flashboards every spring and every fall, it'll be an automatic system where they'll have these bladders that'll come up to create the upper pool area. It'll create a safer atmosphere for our staff to be able to create that pool as well as get rid of any debris that might be coming down the river. And we'll talk about that in another second, too, with another amenity that we're going to be offering for that dam. Second thing I want to talk about is a navigational lock. The last time a boat was able to traverse the upper and lower rum without getting out and going around the dam was in the 1940s. So it's been many decades since any boat has been able to freely traverse the lower rung to the upper rung, have people on the upper rung be able to come in and also experience the Mississippi River as well.
That'd be kind of nice, huh?
So that should be pretty nice, a great feature to have. Thirdly, there is a whitewater recreation feature being proposed as well. That would include a standing wave and a couple other eddies to have people, if they wanted to, try kayaking or tubing,
Okay.
as well as a safety aspect as well for whitewater rescue or high water rescue professionals in our state as well. There's only a couple places in our state you can train for that. And so for all of our whitewater rescue folks, or our high water rescue folks in the Twin Cities, instead of traveling far out state Minnesota, you can keep it in the Twin
Right.
Cities ultimately.
So you guys got a little bit of money for that from the state, but it doesn't sound like this is the last plan. It's a
No, it's multiple. So it's a couple iterations, right? So we had a conceptual design done, and it also included, just want to get a couple more pieces on here, a fish passage to allow fish that haven't been able to get back to their nesting grounds, back up to the Mille Lacs for many decades as well as a pedestrian bridge, which really primarily operates as an operational bridge for staff to get rid of the debris that comes down the river,
Right.
but also allow pedestrians to be able to access the both sides of the dam if they so choose as well. But speaking of that, the next steps might be, or what they would be, and we're also looking at small-scale hydroelectric generation, heat pumps, and solar installations. So it's kind of an all-in-one solution to what we have here in Anoka for our natural amenities, being the river.
nice. It's not generating any power right now.
No,
correct?
it's not generating any power right now.
So
So
if
this
it
would be a new thing that would be able to, once again, offer our city, and so we're doing something similar with the cannabis store with having solar panels on top.
Sure.
Ways to diversify our energy sector in our town.
Okay. Sounds like you're being proactive and taking a look at an older asset that might, be in need of being renovated soon. You're going to maybe attach it to a revenue source, make it a little safer for your employees,
Yes.
and give the public that uses this beautiful river a few more ways to get down to the Mississippi and for those folks to get back up here.
Like you mentioned, a big piece of this is safety and operational efficiencies that the city staff can have to monitor our dam, to make sure that we aren't getting too much debris that's getting caught up, to have everybody in the region have better access to our natural amenities, being the Mississippi and the Rum Rivers here in our area.
That's awesome. Thank you for that synopsis. Tell us about the social district, another new innovation that the city of Anoka has created in the last few years. How's that going over? How are the businesses responding? And what's the council hearing about this sort of new pilot program that the state let you try out?
Yeah, so for anyone who's not aware yet, we have a social district in town. We are one of 3 approved areas now that have a social district. However, our city has had it we had the trial period. It's our 3rd year going into it. And we decided this year to, instead of dipping a toe, we're going to get a little bit more of our whole foot in the social district scene and operate it year-round instead of just for the summer months.
Okay.
There's a couple of reasons to do this. We've had a lot of success the first couple of years. By success, I mean there's been very limited, if any, reports from our chief of police for negative externalities that may have happened because of a social district in town.
Sure.
And second to that, we've had a lot of positive feedback from our local establishments, not only our bars and restaurants, but from the other businesses as well, because now we can offer a lot more outdoor experience. I think people are craving more third space experience to have.
Sure.
So this offers a space where even if you don't want to get a drink, you can have a lot more options to have festivities downtown outside.
Now, some of the businesses the first year didn't want to participate, and they had the right to do that and post and say, we don't want people coming in here with their glass of wine. Are some of them changing their tune a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, even today, you don't have to participate if you don't want to. No one's forcing you to participate.
Okay.
But what we've found is, yes, we've gotten more participation over the years. A lot of third parties are coming into town we have these busker stations where if you want to be an entertainer in the area, they're being more used. The concerts in the park have been very successful. So it's been very, very good for our town and small local businesses to be able to thrive and compete.
That's awesome. I think when you're small and there's so much competition around, Coon Rapids, a lot of that stuff is new within the last 20 years. Our commercial district has really undergone a a change. And so to be able to do unique things like this, the Vintage Fest and all the amazing festivals that have really blossomed thanks to the help of city staff like Pam Bowman over there, we can do things that they can't do in other cities. And I think that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about the 35th annual tree lighting.
Yeah, and that's actually a pretty nice segue into, once again, other events that the Social District will help to enhance and have a little more vibrancy for the events that we already have, too. So this year, we have our 35th annual tree lighting ceremony, and the Social District will be open for that time as well. And we all know it's pretty busy during that time, so it's hard to find service inside of one of the bars or restaurants, so you can come back outside easily enough for that also. So this year you're going to be able to find that on Saturday, December 6th.
Thank you.
From 3 to 7 p.m. right downtown here at City Hall, River Plaza. There's a couple of new things you're going to find this year also.
What's unique?
Things.
It's really grown.
It is. It really has grown. I found other cities have started to kind of copy what we've been doing as a city. So, they say emulation is a high form of flattery there. So we're trying to not be outdone by, once again, expanding the Social District in the first place. We're going to have events with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus as well.
Excellent.
Horse-drawn trolley rides. We'll have bonfires, food vendors, holiday music, carolers. Our 7th Avenue carolers from the high school will be out and about. A petting zoo, some selfie stations. We'll have a tree lighting at 6 p.m. Toys for Joy will be collecting new unwrapped gifts for kids. And the Anoka Women of Today are collecting non-perishable food items and monetary donations for the ACBC food shelf.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Councilmember, for joining us.
Thank you very much, Bjorn.
You're welcome. And at this moment, let's cut away to an ad announcement from the Anoka Cannabis Company.
We're going to throw the dirt, all right? 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you.
On May 22, 2025, the City of Anoka hosted a groundbreaking ceremony to kick off the construction of the new building that will house the Anoka Cannabis Company, the state's very first municipal dispensary. Construction is now underway at 839 East River Road, right next to the City Municipal Liquor Store, Better Values Liquor. I met up with Stephanie and Jamie with the Anoka Cannabis team, who have been integral parts in the development of the dispensary, to learn more on their journey to the first municipal dispensary in the state.
I've been here since the get-go. Have attended a lot of city council meetings, education. I come from the private sector, so I owned my own low-dose dispensary starting in 2018 and moved into Anoka in 2020. I'm very proud to be a part of this. I'm very happy to be a part of this. I was planning to move back out this way from Colorado to come closer to family again, and figured that since the Minnesota State cannabis market was just getting off the ground, I could utilize some of my experience in medical market in Colorado. I think that the dynamic that Stephanie and I bring to this is that Stephanie's got some nice regulated market experience. I have a lot of the cultural experience here, and I think those are two really large factors that can create the best alchemy to create success in this.
Dependent on the City Council's direction, revenue from the dispensary has the potential to be directed to help fund city parks, improvements to Greenhaven, reduce the levy, and much, much more.
Every cent of profit for the store goes back to the city. There's already been talks of putting a good portion of it towards park and recreation. It's not 100% our decision. It comes back to the city council, to the city themselves, the residents bringing forth what they would like to see changed, upgraded, updated. Education is also at the forefront, and it is crucial for the lasting success and relationships that the dispensary has with its community.
When someone walks onto the sales floor, they can expect to have any and all of their questions answered, making sure that the staff and the team that we have on board is highly educated. We have an educational booklet. They're available at the front desk at City Hall. One of the main things is making our clients and our customers comfortable enough to ask a question that they don't know, that they think is sort of a weird or a very beginner question. We want those beginner questions because that's what you can build upon.
Security is a top priority during development, and the Anoka Cannabis Company is on the cutting edge with making their building one of the most secure dispensaries in the nation.
The The Sally Port is a huge thing. It's a way to not only protect the store and our customers, but also our employees as well. We have reached a point of security that is above and beyond what the state requires for the dispensary. Like I said, I've worked in dispensaries for 8 years almost in Colorado, and I have never experienced a store that has as much safety and security measures as this one does. Come follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We are the ACCOMN. Find us, follow us. We'll have all sorts of updates, information, coupons, deals, everything else that you can imagine when it comes to being open on there.
We have up to 18,000 bosses. So the community is our boss. We were main sponsors of Vintage Fest this year, and we were Great Pumpkin sponsors for Anoka Halloween as well. We are sponsoring the local downtown, the DTA stocking stroll that happens twice a year. You'll probably see us everywhere.
Welcome back to Live and Local, Anoka and surrounding areas. This is Bjorn Skogquist, your host, and I'm here with the new president of the Chamber of Commerce, Nikki Kalvin. Nikki, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, well, tell us about yourself. How did you get involved with the chamber? How long have you been working there? And just a little bit about your background.
Sure. My background is in the nonprofit world. I've been in the nonprofit community for a little over 20 years. And most recently, prior to the chamber, I worked for an organization called Hope for Youth here in Anoka, serving youth experiencing homelessness. And that's kind of how I got involved with the chamber. I started with, we weren't sponsoring events, but we were able to volunteer. So I began bringing a team out to volunteer at a golf event. We would be part of AM Connections, and I got to know Pete Turok that way.
Okay, and so you've been volunteering and know a little bit about the chamber and what happens there, but now you have the reins.
Yes.
So that's exciting, a little nerve-wracking, or not so much?
You know, it's not too nerve-wracking. Pete's been an amazing mentor for me. I just graduated from Chamber Boot Camp last Friday. That's what we called it, 6 weeks.
Chamber Boot Camp?
Chamber Boot Camp, where he was working with me for 6 weeks. And I still have him on call as needed. He gave me his cell phone number. That was his fault. But no, I think that a lot of the similarities from organizations I've worked for, but this is really exciting working with 8 different cities.
Kind of curious what happens at Chamber Boot Camp.
Well, you have to become a chamber president to learn what happens at boot camp.
I don't know if I want to add that to my list. It sounds like we'll leave it in your capable hands. So the transition has been okay?
It's been great. The community is fabulous. I've met so many great people, from, you know, the city officials to business owners, small business, manufacturing, the board. Everybody's been incredibly welcoming.
Awesome. Now it's been a few years since I was actively involved in the community. It sounds like the chamber has grown a little. What cities do you cover these days?
So we have 8 cities, and I'm going to get them all right. Andover, Anoka, Champlin, Coon Rapids, St. Francis, Ramsey.
I wasn't counting. I don't want to be the host that busts you. How many are we at here? 6?
6. We'll keep going.
We'll come back.
Yes.
So you're excited. Are you making any changes right away, or do you feel like the ship is run pretty smoothly? I mean, what are your immediate plans for the chamber?
That's a great question. You know, Pete's held the reins for 38 years, and that is a very successful run. My job right now, I feel, is to really learn, observe, maybe take a look at some changes we can make in terms of advancing social media, maybe some marketing. But why fix something that isn't broken?
Right.
He's done an amazing job of developing the relationships with the cities and county. And so I hope to just fill his footsteps for now, and then learn some new steps and really get a grasp on where we're at and where we could possibly go in the future.
Okay. What, as far as the chamber is concerned, I know over the years the social media aspect has really changed. I guess sort of the first thing that I became aware of was the Rediscover Anoka effort. And there's multiple initiatives that you have over the river and through the shops. I don't know if that's still happening or not, but all of those things, you're really not making any changes. You're just going to try to drive advertising and social media a little harder. Is that
Well, I mean, that's part of it for sure. And that is really done through a group called Discover Anoka.
Okay.
And the Chamber, we're part of that. But really, Discover Anoka runs its own entity. And they are, actually, we were just looking at their materials today, they are getting ready to kick off over the river again for the next 3 weeks. And Santa will be around in downtown Anoka on the weekends.
Awesome. Is there anything other than that you want to talk about that's happening at this time of the year?
Well, tonight we have our first, for me, after-hours mixer. That's going to happen at the Mad Hatter.
Okay.
That's open to Chamber members. It's free. It's a great networking opportunity. And for those that are involved with the Chamber, getting involved with things like our AM connections, which are the first and third Wednesday of the month, super important. That's your opportunity to get in front of other people, to go to these after-hours mixers, and then to watch for some future lunch and learns that we're getting ready to put together. We also have coming up on December 9th our Toys for Joy luncheon, and we're doing this at Mississippi Crossings in Champlin. Beautiful location. I'm excited to be over there for that.
Is that the new location on the river, just
It
across
is.
the bridge?
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about that event? Who are you raising? Who are you raising money, or who are you soliciting gifts for?
So we are soliciting gifts for Toys for Joy right here. And what's cool about that organization is they give right here in our local area. And so it's toys, food, clothing, monetary donations to give back in our community. So that's an annual luncheon done by the Chamber, 11 to 1 on December 9th. Tickets are available now, and Fox 9 Channel 9, Hannah Flood, who's from Champlin, will be our keynote.
Wonderful. And so this is for people that are having a hard time monetarily, or with rent, or with just finding toys for their kids this time of year.
Exactly, and it's right here. They will be distributing out of the Armory coming up in December.
Okay. If people want to give and they can't make it to the event, do they drop things off at the Chamber or specific businesses, or what do they do?
There are quite a few businesses, but yes, the Chamber is a location. We'll be accepting monetary donations and toys.
Okay. Very good. Well, I kind of want to hear more about this Chamber boot camp. Okay. All jokes aside, Pete has been with the organization for a long time. Has he already been sent off and had the well wishes, or is that what tonight is about?
You know, it was last Friday. We called it Pete's Sweet Send-Off because he loves cake. And it was funny because I walked in with 6 cakes, and he's like, "We're going to be going home with cake tonight, Nikki." I said, "No, we're not." He goes, "Well, what, for the 15 people coming?" And 15 people showed up in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was a great send-off. And actually, I'm really excited to share with all of you, the board voted to take the name of the conference room from the Halsey Room to become the Turek Halsey Room in honor of Pete, and that was presented to him last Friday.
Nice. Well, nobody wants anything named after a mayor, do they? Okay, sorry. Bad politics joke. Pete is very deserving of any praise. He's really served this community, even in times when there was conflict between the business community and the city, or whatever, whatever was going on. He was just really a moderating influence. And so wherever you are, if you're watching this, Pete, we wish you well. Thank you so much for all of your decades of service. It can't be easy, can it? Or maybe he's got it all smoothed out for you now.
Yeah, he's got it pretty well smoothed out for me.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself. We still have some time, yeah? What are we doing for time? Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Sure. I live in the Anoka County area. I've been a resident of Anoka County for, 25 years.
Okay.
I have 5 children, and it's great being a mom, but there's only one left at home. That's kind of exciting. And, you'll find me out in the community. I'm open to meeting people, and, I've kind of put it out there that give me a call, give me an email. I'd love to have coffee and get to know our members and our local community.
That's wonderful. Are you kind of making your way around to the businesses now, or
Yes.
do you feel that you've done a lot of that over the years as you volunteered?
No, I'm making my way around to the businesses, and a lot of what I get to do is go to those ribbon cuttings. Like we had one today earlier, and it's great. I get to meet city officials there, our ambassadors show up, and then getting to meet the locals from that area.
That's awesome. Are there anything that the businesses have brought to you so far, or is it sort of everyone's just kind of working through the transition at this time?
I think they're all working through the transition. I haven't brought any issues or opportunities yet. More of a welcoming experience, just saying, "Hey, welcome. What can we do for you? How can we work together?" And that's been an amazing experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, what else can you tell us about the business community?
the business community here, I think it was my third week here, somebody from the U.S. Small Business Bureau showed up and just was here saying hello and talked about how Highway 10 is the #1 manufacturing area in Minnesota. And so it's something we really need to keep in mind, that we have the height of manufacturing here, and how can we work closer with that manufacturing community. So that is something I will be working on, is reestablishing what we call the manufacturing cohort and getting them going in this next year.
Awesome. I think everyone kind of thinks of the small businesses and the restaurants and the venues like this that have high profile, but it's not often that we think about the manufacturers, and you're right to point out there are a lot of them. Anoka has more jobs in this area in general than people that commute out, which is phenomenal. So I'm sure that they'll be happy to hear from you in all of your travels around, and as you're connecting with businesses. Do you find the doors open for you as a new president?
I have found them open for me as the new president. I get a few of you have some big shoes to fill, and I'm aware of that. But overall, everybody's been just amazing.
Well, I'm pleased, and I'm sure I'm not the first to welcome you to the community, but welcome. I hope that your tenure here is long and prosperous and effective, and it sounds like you already have some great ideas about how to engage with the community and get more people involved in what we're doing here.
Well, thank you. I've been told I need to hold on to 18 years if I think I want a room named after me. So
I'm sure that you'll make it 18 years and more. You know, you've got a record to beat. Was it 38?
38 years for Pete.
So 39 for you? We can count on, maybe 40?
Yeah, we'll see.
Fair enough, fair enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut away to a brief story about Dan Gould Jewelry.
All that glitters is not gold, because in Anoka, it's Gould of Dan Gould Jewelers, and he sure knows how to bring the sparkle.
My dad had the original Goulds in Glencoe, and that was Gould's Jewelry. So I changed it to Dan Gould Jewelers. And then if you look behind me, that's my great and great-great-grandpa. And that's the original Gould's in Glencoe. But yeah, we're Minnesota's oldest since 1878, and we've been in business for 147 years. We don't advertise it as much as we probably should. I wish we did advertise a lot more of how old we are and the fifth generation. I've been doing it all my life. I've learned most of my knowledge was when I was working for my grandpa.
Dan takes his lifetime of expertise along with his grandfather's tools to create one-of-a-kind pieces that customers won't find at other jewelers.
Everything basically from the benches to the clock to the safe. I brought all that back to Anoka here. We do cleaning, repairs, watches, jewelry. If it's jewelry, we do it. A lot of stuff we do custom. Anything they want. If they want to redo a ring, if they want to use the gold to keep it sentimental, make a cross or a pendant, we'll do anything.
With the holiday season right around the corner, folks are looking for the perfect gift to place under the tree or on their sweetheart's finger.
My first thing is, do they have a sister or brother that can also kind of try and plan, or mom, of course, if they can kind of do some research for the gentleman. Otherwise, nowadays, it's Pinterest. A lot of times they send Pinterest to the guys or friends or whoever. So there's always a good way to find that, kind of sneaky to find that out. Ring size, too. We always tell people, if you propose and it doesn't fit, just call me and we'll try and do it that same day and get it done right away for them, because nobody wants to give back something they just received, especially for the engagement. But we'll try and accommodate for that.
So whether it's a necklace, bracelet, ring, or pendant, Dan will help you find the perfect piece that's worth its weight in gold.
And we're back. Welcome to Live and Local. I'm Bjorn Skogquist, and I'm here with Lindsey Belanger from Urban Wolf Deli. Lindsey, tell us all about your lovely business.
So we're Urban Wolf Deli, and we are on First Avenue, next across from kind of Sparky's. We're next to the eyeglass windows under a black awning. And we've just been cranking out sandwiches since 2018. This is our second location. We started as a food truck in 2018.
Okay.
And that was successful after year one, so we moved into the old post office building and right before COVID. So that was fun. Okay. And then did curbside takeout for 2 years and then decided just to go back to the food truck for a year.
Okay.
So we were at the food truck for about a year and a half and then found out that there was a space that might be coming available and jumped on it. So now we're in this new location.
So when you start a food truck, I mean, that's not for the faint of heart, is it? Everyone thinks, oh, it must be fun, right? Is there...
It has its moments. Food trucking is harder than one would imagine because you have breakdowns, you have repairs on the truck and maintenance, and you have... but it is great. You're moving from place to place. You're seeing new faces.
Right.
You know, and the breweries are always fun.
Right. Getting the word out there about your lovely product. And I imagine you're kind of learning what works and what doesn't.
Oh, lots of trial and error.
Do you get feedback more quickly when you're a food truck? Or is it still...
I mean, people don't hesitate to tell you what they think, for sure, whether we're on the truck or in the restaurant. So,
got you.
Yeah, we appreciate feedback.
Very good. Well, that's awesome. Thank you for that.
Of
and
course.
You're doing well over there on Second?
We are.
First Avenue.
First Avenue, yep. Yeah, we're doing really good. More and more people find out about us, whether it's because of a viral video or because of just word of mouth or things like QCTV. People find out about us, and even after, well, this location, September of 2023, even to this day, people endlessly coming in. Didn't even know you were here. Thought you were a vegan restaurant, which we're not. We serve meat, so.
I can attest to that.
Yeah.
They have lovely food if you've not been over there. And as it turns out, you've brought some of it here today.
Yep.
I'm sorry that the audience can't taste along with us, but we'll do our best to let them know whether it's delicious or not.
Absolutely.
What did you bring here? What do we have on the table?
So this is one of our better sellers, probably the top seller. It's called the Ostara. It's essentially a turkey bacon avocado with some fontina and a creamy basil sauce. And all the recipes are things that my husband has created over the years. It's on a rosemary schiacciata, which is Latin for squished focaccia. So for those that don't like a lot of bread with their sandwich, it's a squished focaccia. But it's got some rosemary in it. Urban Wolf, people are like, how did you get the name? We use a lot of herbs in our cooking. So if you don't like herbs, we can leave anything off. We don't do modifications, but we'll leave things off if you don't like them.
All right. So I've got some notes here. It talks about a rotating sandwich menu, a beer and meat market, and the wolf dog of the week.
Yes.
What are all of these lovely sounding things?
So we do serve beer and some like White Claws, things like that. So if you'd like that to pair with your food. We also have meat sticks that we partnered with Anoka Meats. It's based off of our pickleback pasta salad, which is one of our side items here. It's our best-selling item. It's fresh dill pickle, and smoked Gouda in a creamy, kind of spicy sauce. But then we partnered with Anoka Meats, and they were like, let's do meat sticks. So we did meat sticks, and they've been flying off the shelf. They are spicy, though, so if you can't handle spice, do not eat that.
So now some of these things you can get at the deli, and some you have to go to the meats? No? They're all available at the deli? Okay.
You can only get those meat sticks exclusively at the deli.
All right. So you can't go to Anoka Meats to get that. You have to go to Urban
Tina
Wolf.
will send you right over to see us.
All right.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, now are we supposed to look at these, or are we tasting them?
I mean, get in there if you want to.
I didn't eat lunch, so you might be getting a biased...
So go ahead and get in there. I'll show you the pickleback. We have a rotating menu, probably 20 to 30 sandwiches at this point that we rotate every couple of weeks. So the goal is, because we're a small space with a small menu, you're kind of forced to try something new. So if you're picky, we'll do our best to accommodate, but everything's made this way for a reason. My husband focused on these recipes for a long time to make sure that they were great.
Are you guys open after we're done with this interview?
Till 4 o'clock, unless we sold out, which has been happening lately. So
there's a chance I could go over and they're not going to have this?
It's possible.
Oh.
We do have as you asked about the wolf dogs, we also do a wolf dog of the week. And one of them is called Bjorn. Sorry, it wasn't named after you, though. But
I have had the Bjorn dog. It's pretty doggone delicious.
So it's a hot dog or broad option, so if somebody doesn't want a panini. But as you can see, these are huge portions. The sandwiches aren't small, so you get bang for your buck. I know everything's expensive right now, but we try to provide a good amount of food for what we...
And I can also attest to that. You do a great job. What is your guys' process with cooking each sandwich?
Yeah, so my husband is there all the time, and then we also have Leo and Jeremy. They're awesome. They work together really well, and they just build the sandwiches right before service so that it's quicker for us, because if we built everything at that moment, everything would take longer than it does. But everything's grilled to order, so we can remove things, as I mentioned, so that it's more to your liking. With this one, a lot of people tend to not want to try warm avocado. I recommend that you try it. It melts into the cheese and it's good, so don't be weirded out by hot avocado, because when my husband served me this the very first time, I was like, I don't know about hot avocado, but it works. So,
I mean, I have not had a bad sandwich, a bad dish when I've come over, and the atmosphere is lovely. It's been many different incarnations of a cafe or a restaurant over the years, but I think you've decorated it out beautifully. It feels good in there, and of course the people that work up there have a lot of personality, so that's part of the charm.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. So now this pickleback pie. Oh, do we have a fork?
Pickleback,
there?
yes. It's actually kind of poetic that we ended up in that location as well, because in the 80s,
Thank you.
it was Bennett's Restaurant, which was my Uncle Steve.
Really?
So yeah, a lot of the stuff in there was built by my family members. I have had family members come in and bring me actual photos of me as a child, because they would do monthly birthday dinners in there for the family. So lots of just memories in that space.
That's so good.
I'm glad you like it.
I do like it. Now I'm gonna have to come over for lunch.
Sounds good.
So there's a family connection as well.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny that we ended up in that space after, because we'd been looking to be in Anoka again after our spot in the pandemic. Anoka's just our home. We live here.
Awesome.
I have a full-time job here, and we have the deli here, so.
Well, it's good to have you. I know that particular location down off of First isn't right downtown, but I think that also makes it a little easier to park and get in and out. So now, what is you said the pasta is the #1 seller. This is your #1 sandwich too?
I would say that's the #1 sandwich. We did have, we've had some chicken paninis on recently that have kind of exploded in popularity. So you'll see those rotated back through. We always keep the menu updated so you can do research before you come, make sure that we have whatever it is that you want to eat. And yeah, but we're just over there trying new fun things and hope to continue rolling out new things.
Do you cater if someone wants to put a larger order in? Do they?
It's tough with paninis because they don't sit as well.
Sure.
We've done cold sandwiches and the salads on the side. We have done paninis before. Pinky Promise House in Anoka, for their grand opening, they had some sandwiches and like a holding tray where people would just come through and grab one. So it does work, but sometimes they melt a little more when they're warm, and you know, it's harder to hold, but they make good leftovers. So
now it's more than just you and your husband that work there, right? There's a number of family members that work there, so it's kind of a family affair?
Yep, my sister-in-law Chris is at the counter Tuesday and Wednesday. Ginger is currently working Thursdays, and a lot of you will know her from Billy's. And she also owns a food truck. And then Friday and Saturday, Jimmy Good from QCTV is on there with our daughter Lauren. So they work Fridays, and then Lauren and I work on Saturdays.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah, it's just a family situation. We met Leo through Jimmy. Jeremy, our other chef in the kitchen, is the husband of somebody that I work with at Bolt Law Firm here in town. So we just kind of all work together.
Awesome.
If you find somebody that works well, stick with them.
Absolutely.
Yep.
What else should we know about your restaurant, your hours, or things to watch out for, specials maybe, or special events?
Yeah, so we're open currently Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 4. We've had a lot of people ask us why we sell out. If you've been in there, you know that it's a small space. So we have only so much refrigeration, and the sauces and everything are made from scratch. So if they run out, we're out. That's what it is. They can't make it fast enough. So we do our best to hang in there, but on busy days, we just have to close early.
Summer, your busy season. Winter, your busy season.
I think in general, January through March is a slow time in Anoka. People have resolutions. They're saving money. We just ask that you keep all the small businesses in town in mind when you're doing those things, because while I respect it, we're also bored. So come see us January through March. Yeah.
Awesome. What else can you tell us? Anything that you think that the public should know about your establishment or what you're trying to do?
If you haven't tried us, come find us. We love feedback. We love new faces. We love what we do.
Amen. Hey, come on in and check it out. This was delicious. What is in this pasta, by the way?
I can't tell you.
It's a trade secret?
No, my husband is the only person that knows what's in it.
Well, I can see that there's pickles and noodles, but I have no idea
That's
what the
all I
rest
got
of it
is dill pickle, fresh dill, and smoked Gouda. That's really all I know about it.
Absolutely delicious. Thank you for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
The best of luck
Thank you very
in your
much.
business and pursuing it. And let's cut away to a quick story about 10K Brewing.
After 10 years of pouring cold brews in the city of Anoka, 10K Brewing is celebrating a milestone. From frosty pours to live music, new cocktails, and the addition of Babe's Kitchen, which introduces a new food menu, 10K Brewing has it all.
10K Brewing is a brew pub located in downtown Anoka. We've been in business for 10 years. For the last 10 years, we've served only our beer that we brewed in-house. In the last year, we've opened a commercial kitchen, and we've also recently added a full cocktail menu, wine, and liquor.
"10K Brewing is also a participant in the Anoka Social District, which has been a smash hit.
Anoka is participating in the second full year of the Social District. Social District is a way for people to take drinks that normally you could only consume within the four walls of the restaurant and take that out into a designated area of downtown Anoka. So we're very lucky here where we have the river and park adjacent to the bars down here. It's really valuable, most valuable during events when they happen downtown, because we have like the food truck festival, we have a lot of like antique and trade show type events. People can come in, get a beer from inside one of the bars in a designated cup, and then take that outside and consume it in the Social District.
Hey, you can find 10K Brewing in the heart of downtown Anoka. Stop on in. They are located right off 2nd Avenue.
Thank you for joining Live and Local. I've been your host, Bjorn Skogquist. I want to thank all of the people at QCTV for making this possible. After all these years, you guys are doing great. It's good to see all of the new programming and all of the new faces. For the businesses that joined us, 10K, Urban Wolf, Emily, I'm sorry I missed you. We went to high school together, and so there's a lot of familiar, friendly faces, people that I've worked with and for. Sam Scott, councilmember, Jimmy, new president of the Chamber of Commerce, Nikki, Lindsey. It's been a pleasure. I haven't done anything like this for a while, and I have to admit that I was a little nervous, but you made me feel right at home. So thank you so much for the opportunity. For all the current events that are going on in the city, please check out the city's website. The city of Anoka is anokaminnesota.com. The chamber website, what's your website? Anoka? AnokaAreaChamber.com for any upcoming events, holiday or themed. And as always, you can watch reruns on QCTV.org, or you can check them out on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram under the same handle. I don't know what else that I'm supposed to say, but I know that I'm going to either find what's left of that sandwich, or I'm going to go right over to Urban Wolf after this, because I did not realize how hungry I was, and boy, that's where I'm heading. Thank you. Again, Anoka, Champlin, Coon Rapids, all of the member cities, have a pleasant afternoon and happy holidays.